Many people believe that wars drive technological advancement, citing the creation of the first jet fighters at the end of World War II as one of the most striking examples of that phenomenon. Most academics or engineers involved in the field, though, beg to differ. Because of big conflicts, new technologies are often introduced in an unfinished, raw, sometimes outright dangerous state. In other words, wars contribute to technological advancement, but they push it in a particular direction, and not always the best or the most rational one. The leaders of the USAAF were well aware of that. Even when they received intel that Germany and the UK were working on their first experimental jet-powered designs, even when they heard that German and British engineers started developing their first actual jet fighters, they didn't want to make any hasty decisions. Leading experts in the field were in agreement that despite the fact that mastering this technology was crucial for future development, at its current stage, jet engines wouldn't provide Germany with any significant advantage. Therefore, the US had to act decisively, but not rashly. The British donated their jet engine so that the US could copy it and develop their own technology. And in as early as October of 1942, the Bell P-59 Aerocomet, the first American jet fighter, took to the skies. Was it possible for the US to kickstart mass production of their new aircraft and build thousands of them? Yes, definitely. But in reality, there wasn't much reason to do that, as brand new German jets could be effectively countered by thousands and thousands of Mustangs, Thunderbolts, and Lightnings that were readily available. With this kind of numerical advantage, the early jets were nothing. The P-59 served as a stopgap solution, allowing American pilots to get acquainted with aircraft of the new type so that they could quickly adjust to flying the next, more advanced jet fighter fitted with an improved engine with all the kinks ironed out. This aircraft was already in the works, in intense secrecy, and it was being developed by none other than Kelly Johnson of Lockheed fame, the legendary creator of the Electra and the Lightning. Unfortunately, despite the very careful and measured approach that the US adopted to develop their early jet aircraft, this journey wasn't without tragedy. The P-80 testing program claimed the lives of test pilot Milo Burcham and the famous ace Major Richard Bong. In fact, early production jets made in the US were just as unreliable as the German ones, and that's why they never clashed in the skies over Europe. Unlike their German counterparts, American engineers took their time making sure that their aircraft could meet proper safety standards. Then the Korean War broke out, and it turned out that the brand new Shooting Star, redesignated the F-80, was already overshadowed in the air superiority role. The sky was claimed by newer, more advanced aircraft, swept-wing transonic jet fighters. Yes, the long-awaited newcomer was almost immediately outclassed by other aircraft, but it remained in service for many decades and was only retired in 2017. For the majority of that time, it wasn't flown as a fighter, though. Instead, it served as the basis for the T-33, a light attack aircraft which was extensively used as an advanced jet trainer. The Shooting Star also found a new life in the civilian sector. Aircraft of the series were employed as part of test programs for commercial airliners as guidance and control aircraft. They were used in this capacity until 2020, even though by this point, the Shooting Star was more than 65 years old. That wasn't the end either, as some retired vehicles were later purchased by private collectors. The Shooting Star was developed for military use, but is mainly known for things that have nothing to do with war. In real life, it's not wars that drive technological advancement, but the noble ambitions of good men. And if the long career of the P-80 is not a testament to that, then nothing is.